An echo of an echo is the semblance of a sound. And I press and I've waited with my ear upon the ground. Oh, lover, I'll see you there, waiting in the willows with your autumn hair. Oh, lover, I'll see you there after many miles.
Good evening, everybody, and thanks for watching this episode of the Maine Food Story, an extension of Maine Life. And if you watch Maine Life, you know that Vanessa and I love to eat, but more importantly, we love to learn where our food is coming from and meet the makers and producers and share their stories with you. So tonight we have 6 segments or 6 delicious courses to share. Bon appetit!
Hi, I'm Mike Vale, president of Hannaford Supermarkets. Once again, Hannaford is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Maine Food Story. We're excited for this season and we can't wait to see what Aaron and the team have in store for us. We all know that Maine has become a destination for foodies, and there's really good reason for that. We not only have great restaurants and world-class chefs, we also have hard-working Mainers who are producing some of the world's finest foods. I'm proud to say we've built relationships with some of the same growers and producers highlighted in this show. And you'll be able to find a great variety of those local fresh foods in your neighborhood Hannaford, so you can create your own Maine food story. Thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed the show, and we can't wait to see you in our stores again soon.
Welcome to Maine Food Story. This week, our feature segment is at a women-owned, single mom-run, beautiful floral farm in Belmont, Maine. We are going to check out her beautiful arrangements, meet her children, see her barnyard animals, and also show you where you could stay on a beautiful farm, cook a great meal, and just have a relaxing time.
I'm a single mom farmer, and I was actually telling Chris, I think I'm one of the few of that in Maine, of especially being a solely woman-owned and woman-run farm. And I've been doing this my whole life. I grew up on a farm in Maine, and so I've been working in horticulture and floriculture my whole life. I have a background in art and design, and the last maybe about 13 years I've worked solely on flowers, building this business up. Before we came to this location, I was doing farmers markets from Rockland to Bar Harbor, kind of putting in my hours, and started tenant farming, and then got a small farm of my own, and then made this next step. It's the oldest farm in Belmont, has fabulous old history. There's a water tower up in the back of the farm that's also part of the historical features. There's old foundations from hundreds of years ago. So this resurgence of caring for this farm and bringing it back to life is a really close to my heart activity. We've got peacocks, we've got a donkey, we have a horse, we have dogs, we have sheep, we have lambs, we have a lot of animals. Yeah.
Here we are in your greenhouse. It is warm, you know, and even for April, you have a ton of growth. So tell us a bit about, like, how long does this take? What are we looking at?
There's several things going on here. We grow the tulips for cuts, and we also have ranunculus that are growing in here for cut flowers.
Yeah.
So cut flower production, and then we have the annuals for container planting. I love growing the ranunculus. That's been a wonderful thing to put in arrangements, so that's one of my favorites. And I love geraniums, and so I always, and pansies. I could go on and on. But so I always try to have the best varieties and unique varieties of those. And that's kind of our thing, is this artisan floral focus.
Yeah.
It's like unique varieties, unique flowers, and beautiful arrangements. So this is our farm stay space, and 2 lovely bedrooms, and with beautiful views over the farm.
So beautifully designed. I mean, these huge vaulted ceilings, the way you brought the nature in with just like the live edge.
Yeah.
You've got kind of the tree right there with the railing, and yeah, I mean, for those, what you're looking at are just expansive views, and so no doubt when you come here, it's a great place to unwind. Where are a lot of your guests coming from?
Yeah, we have some people from Maine, but a lot of people are coming in from the cities too, to have just that, to have a retreat and a kind of just a really nature immersion space. The Airbnbs, the farm stays, as we call them, were a big part of this whole vision of creating an immersion. We have 89 acres of, you know, that we're really stewarding. We grow organically. We have a tremendous amount of pollinators. There's a lot of wildlife. If we go back to the cabin, you'll see this beautiful wetland area with a lot of birds. So it's just a really wonderful opportunity to have a farm experience. We are a working farm, so it's not a luxury retreat, but it's a wonderful, we have beautiful spaces and it's a wonderful, welcoming environment.
It is so nice to feel the sense of recharge and refresh here at Leaf Song Family Farm. Stacy, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much, Chris. So wonderful having you. Yeah.
Absolutely. You've created a phenomenal place. So if this summer, if you find yourself on the trail looking for beautiful floral arrangements, maybe your kids want to come hang out with the barnyard animals, or maybe you just deserve a peaceful farm stay here in one of their beautiful cabins, be sure to check them out. Thank you for watching and stay tuned. We have some tasty dinner up ahead.
This week on Conversations with Chefs in their home kitchen, Vanessa visits Chef Ramel Moody Guthrie, whose gourmet hot dogs have a statewide fan following.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
How have you been?
Good, good.
I brought you some coconut cream pie slices from Rock City Cafe.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is great.
Thank you. Welcome to my home.
Thank you for having us.
I also have a special treat.
Do you have the cupcakes?
You.
Yeah. So I follow you on social media and I asked for cupcakes and
Yes.
ask and you shall receive.
These are a Mexican hot chocolate cupcake.
Oh man.
Which is going to go with the theme here.
What are we having? I'm so excited. So no Chicago dogs
No
today.
Chicago dogs, no hot dogs at all. I eat so many hot dogs during the day at work that when I come home, I make myself things like chili verde,
Oh wow.
tacos. Also sort of, ties into my origin story.
Oh yeah, I want to hear
started
all about it.
cooking when I was 8 years old. My dad wasn't someone who was really interested in flavor, and when I was a child, I recognized that there was a lack of spice in my household, and I started reading cookbooks and cooking for myself. My father was a merchant marine, and he would leave for 3 months at a time.
Wow.
And when he would leave, day one was taco day at my house.
Is that tequila I see over here?
Yes, it is.
I can always search. I always sniff that out.
Yep, I also have a fresh juiced strawberry margarita. When I was setting out to start my own business, I had absolutely no interest in it being a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
The food truck comes along with a whole other set of issues. It's very physical.
Yeah.
I'm climbing under the food truck to change propane tanks, and everything is low to the ground, so there's lots of squats going on. Yeah, in the summertime it's quite a workout.
Cheers. Oh yeah.
Yummy.
Oh, that'll work.
Second sip.
Why did you decide, hot dogs? I mean, they're classic, but you do so many really cool variations on them.
Yeah, and that's sort of the reason why. I love to cook all sorts of different styles of food, and hot dogs are easy street food, and they're also an amazing vehicle for any flavor profile that you could possibly put on them.
Yeah, you've done tikka masala ones and
Yep.
my
Tikka
favorite's the
masala,
Chicago one.
right,
I
the
love your kraut dog.
Classic dogs, there's always a place for those, and my biggest sellers are the Chicago, the kraut, and the classic. But yeah, we do banh mi dogs. I have a forager that forages wild mushrooms for me, and we do all sorts of types of...
Is that Matthew?
Yeah.
Mushroom. Keiko calls him Mushroom Santa Claus.
That's awesome.
So how many hours a day are you prepping? And I mean, I think people they go to all these local restaurants, and obviously they, I think, intuitively kind of know that there's a lot of work and a lot of time, but what is a normal day like? I mean,
This time of year, it's a little more relaxed. I'm, in the kitchen maybe 4, 6, maybe 8 hours. Days that I'm open, I'm certainly in there for 8 hours.
Yeah.
In the summertime, there's a lot of 12 to 14 hour work
In
days.
the summer?
In the summertime, yep. Especially with all the different aspects.
all right, I'm going in.
Yes.
Look at this. This is fabulous. All right, I'm taking a bite. Oh my God. Can you sell these at the truck too? Oh my God.
Maybe someday. I do.
So delicious.
I do make a taco dog.
And also, like the cupcakes and other pastries. So you're doing that. You're doing those.
Yep. I have always had like some sort of sweet offering. Oftentimes in the summertime, it's a cookie that we make with a local stout.
And margaritas for me.
Margaritas
just
for you.
secretly.
Yep.
Secret margaritas for Vanessa.
I also make a margarita cupcake that has tequila in the cake and the buttercream, and it doesn't get cooked out of the buttercream, so they're dangerous cupcakes.
All right, I'll have those the next time.
Yes.
But thank you so much. I'm gonna finish this beautiful taco and put some more toppings on it. And yeah, thanks so much again.
Thank you.
So fun.
Hi everyone. Today's featured cocktail is the Maine Blueberry Mojito.
And it just happens to be when my mom visits Maine, her must-have drink.
Hey Mama Joe.
Hi, Mama Joe. All right, well, on the Maine Spirits app, you can find the recipe that calls for a big pitcher of the Maine Blueberry Mojito for sharing with friends on those warm summer nights.
On your boat.
Sign me up, or we can head to your place on Little Sebago.
Let's go.
The Maine life, everyone. But for today, because it is just Will and I, we wanted to we're gonna call it like the mini Maine Mojito.
Yeah, the mini-me, right?
The mini-me, and use these two glasses that we bought from our friend, Maine artist Aaron Flett. It is easy, all Maine, and super refreshing.
Let's make it.
This recipe can be customized to your liking. So for Will and I today, we're gonna use a few lime slices, a handful of mint leaves, some sugar in the raw, and then we're gonna muddle it to really activate that fresh flavor of the mint. We're now gonna add a spoonful of Maine blueberries and muddle it just a little bit. You don't want it to get too mushy. Add your ice, and then for Will and I, this cocktail, we're gonna add 2 ounces of Bacardi rum.
All right, we're just gonna top it off with a little seltzer water. Nice, crisp and bubbly.
And finish it with the blueberry garnish.
Looks like a Maine summer in a glass to me.
We're ready for you, Mama Joe. Come on out.
Come visit.
Cheers.
Welcome to the Maine Grains Minute. My name is Amber Lamke, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Maine Grains, a grist mill here in Skowhegan, Maine. I am standing in the Miller's Table Cafe here at Maine Grains, joined by my twin sister, Heather Kerner. Hi, my name is Heather Kerner. I am founder of The Good Crust, a pizza dough company situated here in central Maine, where we set out to utilize 100% Maine grains in the first commercially available pizza dough using local products. At the same time, we have a mission with my background in special education to provide workforce development to people with unique needs. We provide customized training opportunities to people with cerebral palsy, autism, addiction, and brain injury. Today we're going to demonstrate a really fun recipe and technique for making a bread called fougasse. It sounds fancy, but it's just a French word for hearth bread. An easy, shareable bread that you can tear apart and dip in soup or the dipping sauce of your choice. What I'm going to demonstrate today is how you can utilize a 1-pound dough ball of the Good Crust made with 100% Maine grains to stretch and cut and bake it into this crusty hearth bread called fougasse. We sell the Good Crust at multiple health food stores up and down the Route 1 corridor here in Maine. If you have trouble finding the Good Crust at your favorite health food store, choose your own favorite pizza dough recipe and source some Maine Grains flour, and do your best at making a dough ball made with local grains. You can get creative with fougasse. There are so many different shapes that you can make with different cutting techniques and baking in your home oven. Watch what we do today and then take your own spin on it. So here we have a 1-pound dough ball of the Good Crust. It's been thawed out from freezer to fridge the night before, and it's just cool to the touch, so easy to work with. One of the great things about local grains is that it's more relaxed and easily stretched. So if you're experienced at stretching pizza dough, you're gonna go in that direction. You're just gonna open up your dough ball, let gravity take it. Be careful not to stretch it too thin. You wanna leave some thickness there. I would estimate about a ½ inch. Now the real fun begins. I just transferred my dough to a pizza peel, but don't worry, if you don't have a pizza peel, just use the back of a sheet pan, whatever you have at home. A traditional fougasse is made where you're cutting slits in the shape of a shaft of wheat. So I'm going to start with some diagonal cuts, all the way up the oval of my dough. Once you've cut your slits, don't be shy. You're gonna stretch that bread right out and create a very organic shape out of it. The slits are awfully pretty, but they also serve a function. They are going to add more crust to your bread and allow you to tear it apart and dip it into your favorite soup or oil. Now I'm ready to transfer my fougasse into the wood-fired oven. But of course, if you don't have a wood-fired oven, don't worry about that either. These can be made in a home oven, but crank that temperature right up to 500. If you have one, you can preheat a pizza stone. And there we have a crusty fougasse, ready for your bread basket. I hope that showing you how to make fougasse today helps you tell your own food story around your table. Of grains grown here in Maine, milled in Skowhegan, made into sourdough at the Good Crust, and making it all the way to your table at home.
Hey you, are you looking for AV?
Are you talking to me?
How about an e-bike?
Yeah? That sounds cool.
What if I told you that a purchase of every Nissan Ariya at Berlin City comes with a complimentary e-bike?
That's right, an e-bike to double your electrification.
Where are these words coming from?
That's right, no cash, no fine print, more freedom to explore.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do it.
Maine is a lifestyle destination. With over 3,500 miles of coastline, lakes, mountains, and four-season recreation, there's a reason Maine is known as Vacation Land. At Harcourt's Waterfront and Fine Properties, we're the Maine real estate lifestyle experts. If you're thinking about moving to Maine, we can help you not only find a property, but the perfect home to fit your lifestyle. Contact us today to make your dream of living in Vacation Land come true. Harcourt's, we're with you all the way.
All right, everybody, tonight for dinner, we are grilling at my house with our friend Greg over here.
How you doing?
Good to see you. All right, so here in Maine, we grill all year round, but as you said, it's nice to enjoy dinner outside.
Right. In the winter, you can't do that so much.
All right, so what's for dinner?
Yeah, so we got a bunch of different options here in our seafood department, especially for grilling. One item I really want to highlight is our bourbon marinated salmon portions, which we have them up here in our service case. We also have it right down here in our grab-and-go area. So some of our other options we have for a marinated salmon portion is going to be a summer herb flavor this summer. And then we're also going to have a maple barbecue portion as well.
All right, and how about these burgers?
We also have a salmon burger, which is great on the grill. And we also have shrimp skewers as well,
I
which are going to
haven't
be good on the grill.
tried those yet. I'm excited.
On to meat.
All right, Greg, this is looking good.
This is looking great. So we're doing a little surf and turf here.
Nice.
So this is our butcher shop. We're gonna focus on some items in here. A lot of stores do have butcher shops, but if they don't, a lot of the same varieties in our main case and our value added set. So we have our handcrafted burger patties made in-house. We have a plain and a seasoned option. Then we move down on to our sirloin tips. Same thing, right? We have a plain and a seasoned option. If you're like me, I don't want to do that at home. I'm going to get seasoning all over the counter.
It's there for you.
Right? And then we have our seasoned chicken, which, again, another convenient option. You can just take and go right home, and that's what we're going to do today.
All right, you and Doreen, I'm just going to sit back and watch.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
And enjoy.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, Doreen, what do we got?
We got some seasoned chicken drums, we got some chicken thighs, some salmon burgers. They're great. They come seasoned, formed, ready for you to throw on your grill right from our seafood department. So all you guys do is bring them home, cook them off, and then have your fixins ready to go. So just like your oven, always preheat your grill. If you don't, your food's gonna stick to the grate. So you want those nice and hot because that's gonna give you the char and the grill marks that you want for your items. A lot of people wanna touch and move their food around, but you just wanna put it on, let it sit at least 7 minutes for that first time, because then you're really gonna let the lines set in and really kind of sear the outside of the meat, whether it's steak, chicken, burgers. Don't touch it too much, you know, like 7 minutes or so, flip it, 7 minutes or so, depending on how thick. But yeah, you don't need to be touching it all the time.
Sorry, I'm late. I could smell the food coming down the road over here.
Wonderful.
So what do we got going on?
Wonderful. Well, we've grilled off some of the items so far, but glad that you could join us right now because we're going to talk about some shrimp skewers, the chicken kebabs, and the sausage, onion, and pepper kit.
Awesome.
Tell us, what do we have on these chicken kebabs, Greg?
So that is, our mix of pepper and onions with a nice Yankee maple mustard seasoning.
Oh, I smell it.
Yeah,
That's
it smells
gonna be
great. Yeah.
I have to say, grilled shrimp is one of my favorite items to do in the summertime.
Yeah. And they cook so fast.
Yes.
It's so easy.
They're super quick.
Now what do we got here, Doreen? We got some vegetable skewers as well.
Yeah, so for those of you that may not want as much meat or want to kind of round it out some more with some vegetables, we actually have a vegetable kebab kit that we have in our produce department. So we'll throw those on later. I'm more focused on the meat. That's my favorite part.
So this is one of my favorites, the all-in-one. It's your pepper and onions and your sausage. I believe this is the sweet sausage, and there's a bunch of different varieties that we have in the meat department in our Time Savers set. There's a sweet, there's a hot, and then we have a shaved steak, which we also could do on the grill.
Yeah, so one trick that I love doing is turning my grill almost into a flat grill. So if you don't have like a flat top grill, just grab an old sheet pan. I like to line mine with aluminum foil too, helps with the cleanup and that sort of thing. And it turns it into a flat top grill.
Well, Greg, Doreen, thank you so much. You know where I live now. Welcome back anytime. Happy grilling, everybody. This is just an example of what you guys have.
Exactly. Something great to save you time when you're putting out dinner, grilling with friends.
I texted my neighbors. We're gonna have a little neighborhood spread out here. And last but not least, everybody, while so many of these things you can do in the grab and go section, we also have our Mojito and margarita mix. Just add your favorite spirits and we are gonna have a great dinner.
I'm excited.
Cheers, everybody.
Hey y'all, welcome to the home kitchen here in South Freeport, Maine on the jagged, ragged, delicious coast. I've got something really fun today that I'm doing. It's actually a dessert. I'm not much of a dessert person. Why? Because I don't bake. I just don't. I'm a cook, right? But this is a dessert that you can cook. It's panna cotta. It's thickened cream. So what we're gonna do is just flavor some cream. We're gonna set some gelatin in it, heat it on the stove, some Maine blueberries on top. Let's do this. Okay, it's that easy. I've got heavy cream. I've got some vanilla in here. What else do we got? Gelatin and some sugar. Yeah, we figured out it's pretty much that simple. So whisk that together, let it, well, just kind of bloom for about 5 minutes for that gelatin. Then we're gonna heat it up. All right. We've got that just up to temp, about 160 degrees or so. I'm gonna let that cool down just a little bit. And I'm gonna stir in some buttermilk again. And you know what? Well, for TV, I'm not gonna let it cool down, but you should at home. So 1 cup of buttermilk, there you go. And that buttermilk, it just helps to bring out that creamy, delicious flavor of, our local Oakhurst milk. So there you go. It's really that easy. And check this out. And you just pour it into bowls. And we're gonna let it sit in the refrigerator. It's best to do this overnight. And there you go. And then we wait. Waiting. There we go. These are set. You see that rather sexy jiggle right there? That's perfect. It's gonna be so creamy on the tongue. Oh, it's just awesome. So I've got some Maine blueberries. What family is, without a gallon of Maine maple syrup, of course? You can use honey, you can use maple syrup, and I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this. Why? Because salt makes things just taste better, y'all. That's the truth of that. So, fresh Maine blueberries, frozen Maine blueberries, it's all the same. And there you go. This beautiful little dessert, panna cotta. It's really perfect. And I didn't have to bake it. It's just cooked. Thanks, y'all.
You can get creative with fugasse. Is there going to be a bloopers reel? Okay, here we go.
I don't know, just taking a minute. Just need a minute.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Today, not today. Not today.